How this is gonna work because I've never tried this, but I am recording this using OBS. I've got two things open, so like I said, I don't know how this is gonna work out, but anyway, let's get right into the video. All right guys, so today I'm gonna show you guys my settings that I use for 1080p 60 fps recording and streaming, just in case you guys want to know. So first of all, I do have different scenes. I have different profiles. I'll get into those in a little bit. But this is my recording scene and my 60 FPS record profile. And all I have is my monitor, webcam, my game, which I pretty much only use for Minecraft because that's the only thing that really... my second monitor, of course, and my third. I do have virtual audio cable type thing. I use Voice Meter, which I can pop up right here. So this is what I use. Of course, this is the mic. This I use for people I'm talking to, and this one is for the game sound, the desktop audio, and all that other stuff. So I also have that have this configured. I also have a noise gate there. I didn't mean to click that. I do have it configured to where my mic is the first track. The game sound is the second, and the people I'm talking to is the third. Now, don't worry about this because this has nothing to do with anything. Now, the reason why it has to be set up in this configuration is because in order for the tracks to be separated, you have to have everything on the first track. I don't know why that is. I've messed around with it numerous times, and that's just how it is. So that's how I have that set up. Now, finally onto the setting. Since this is just my recording profile, I don't really mess with anything on here. But here's what I've got. I save it to my external, and of course, since I have the multiple audio tracks, you gotta have them checked. I do use my graphics card to encode. I've got a GTX 950, which is okay. But if you've got a pretty good CPU, I'd probably use times 264. I don't know why I have that checked and do that, because I don't mess with that. Rate control, CBR. Now, there's a few things. I switch between CBR and VBR, and people say that they can notice a difference. I cannot. And I also do a bitrate of 30,000. Now the preset, usually I keep it high quality, but of course that's going to use more of whatever. And usually you can just tank everything. But I had it on default because I was doing something for one of the games I was recording and it was being stupid, so I had to change it to default. But anyway, I can change that back to high quality. And then I kind of leave everything else the way it is. And if you want to make sure that you have like the maximum amount of quality, you can go ahead and change the profile from main to high. But like I said, I can't ever notice a difference, and I've tested like every single thing. For audio, of course, my microphone and the two audio channels that I use. For video, I keep it at 1080p, 60 FPS. This, to me, kind of does matter, because for this, I can notice a difference. A lot of people will say keep it at bilinear, but if your computer can handle it, put it at Langso. I don't know. I butchered the fuck out of that. But yeah, I just keep it at that because to me, like I said, it kind of makes a difference. Hotkeys, the only thing I've got for this is the recording hotkey, but I don't really use that much anymore because I have a Stream Deck for that. And then advanced, I don't mess with anything in here. The only time I will ever mess with stuff in here is when other people are home and I need to do like some streaming or all that, and I'll turn on low latency and I'll change the preset to low latency, high quality. But other than that, I really don't mess with anything for that. So those are my settings for my recording. Now let's go ahead and go to the streaming. All right. And no, I did not have to change the scene just to show you guys my profile, but I thought I'd show you guys my scene for streaming as well. And also, this is my stream 60 FPS profile as well. So of course I got the three monitors again. I've got my game, my webcam. I have two starting scenes. One I made myself and another that I actually got. I have an ending scene, an intermission, and this I use sometimes when I don't feel like capturing my desktop, or because sometimes when I stream, my main monitor won't show up. So there's sometimes I have to use this, which is fine, because I found out that I can use that and have everything work the same, because when I used to do it with Minecraft, it would do nothing but lag it to hell. But it works fine. So anyway, in here, I don't have it set right now because I started doing stuff differently. I'll start the stream first, and then I will start the recording when I want to start. But anyway, I used to have it to automatically record when I started and to keep recording if the stream dies out, which happens quite frequently for some reason. The stream, of course, the stream key, my server. The output, this is kind of different, or it changes depending on what game I play. But I usually do keep it at 5,000. That's kind of the sweet spot. And if you would like to know what bitrate you can use, I will leave a link to the Twitch bitrate thing that I'm about to show you right now. Okay, so this is the link that I'm going to be leaving down in the description below. It's got one side for 60 FPS and the other for 30. And I know Twitch has changed over the years, because when I started doing everything, the max you could do was 3,500 for a bitrate. And they bumped it all the way up to 6,000, which I like, because it gives you more freedom to do stuff. That, and the only thing you were able to do was main, not high. But anyway, so this is the bit rates for Twitch that you can use for 60 and 30 FPS. You got 480p, 720p, 1080p, and then you got the lower ones if you have bad internet. But yeah, so for me, 1080p, 60 FPS, I do 5,000. It's like kind of like right in the middle. And then for 1080p 30, I think I use the same thing, but 5,000 is like my sweet spot. I do want to mess around with the difference between me using high and main, but that'll be on my own time. So again, high quality. I don't know why this isn't 2. It's supposed to be at 2. Again, everything really changes depending on what game I'm playing. If I know I'm going to be playing a hefty game, then I change this to either low latency or default. I keep this at main. Recording, I kind of use the same settings as I do with the recording. The only difference is the bitrate and the preset. The preset I always keep at default no matter what for when I'm doing all this, but the bitrate I put at 25,000, and that seems to be working well for me. Same thing as my recording, 1080p, that thing, 60 FPS. My hotkeys, I don't have any on here because I started messing around with all this when I got my Stream Deck. This, same thing, I don't mess with any of this. Really the only thing that I've ever messed around with on here is it's not even on here. It's the retry for the streaming once it goes dead. But yeah, those are my settings for OBS. This was also kind of like a how-to. Originally, that was gonna be the theme of this video, was a how-to, but I kind of just veered off and started just showing you guys what I use. But anyway, if you got a halfway decent computer, then you can run these settings, and your stream will look pretty good. I don't really have any issues that much, especially when I'm streaming heftier games, although I don't really play a lot of newer games because I can't run them. So I did say real quick, I'll touch into what these all are. These two are streaming in 30 and 60 FPS. These two are recording in 30 and 60 FPS. This is what I used to use for my Elgato when I used to do everything on here, but I don't anymore because my computer sucks ass at it. This is for if I ever want to record or stream in 720p 60 FPS, and it's also for the Elgato as well. But that's the one reason why I cannot wait to get my new computer, because I can actually start doing stuff with my Elgato and OBS and all that stuff. Moving on to the scenes, this is also going to be the last thing. This everything scene is what I used to use. It was for everything, and then I wanted to get everything sorted out for recording and streaming. That's why you see more stuff here on streaming than you do on recording. But everything, man, it's been a hot minute since I've seen this scene collection. It was just for, like everyday use thing, because I would stream about 5 out of the 7 days, or I would try to at least. But then you go over to the recording, and there's only these because this is all I ever use. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you want to know more about OBS, or if you have anything specific that you want to find out, let me know down in the comments. Same thing with anything else, Premiere, Vegas, Sony Vegas, something like that. I can try my best to help. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. See you all in the next one.